Okay, hello again, everybody. I'm Rob Coble. I'm the career coach here at Yellowtail Tech, and I'm with Anthony Burton today. And Anthony, tell us a little bit about your good news, man.
Yes, how you doing, everybody? Hey, Rob. Good news is I did accept my first role as employed now as a Linux system administrator. I'll be working with the company SAG-AFTRA. It's the joint union for the Screen Actors Guild and American Federation for TV Radio Arts here in Los Angeles. So very enthused to start this role and start this journey.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. What a cool gig too. So, but before we talk a little bit about that, tell me a little bit about your background and what were you doing prior to deciding on a career in tech?
So my background, somewhat like a lot of others, I have had a few different career roles. So originally my background, I have a degree in advertising and media sales. That is where I began my journey fresh out of college. I did that for about 6 years. Kind of got to a point in that late 20s crisis, realized that wasn't the niche for me. I didn't want to do that for the next 20, 30 years to retirement. So I needed something a little more stable. I did fall into case management work shortly after that with the hospital. Definitely provided a lot more stability, but quickly again after a couple of years realized the growth aspect was limited. And although I did try to stay within the company there and excel or try to go further, I saw that was very limited. So once again, got to a point where, well, okay, what's next? In comes COVID, and like a lot of other people, I did take that time after being home, after working from home at the hospital. I took some time to do some more diligent research. I kind of always had the itch for tech, but it's like, okay, tech or IT, what does that mean? There's networking, cybersecurity, cloud, is all kind of avenues. So I had no idea where to start. And, I just kind of had to sit myself down and did that due diligence to start from the bottom. And boom, I fell across, like everybody else here, Yellowtail's ad or something at some point, went through it, and it just hit home. It hit a lot of key points that were resonating with me.
Right
and
on.
Decided to go ahead and take that dive, and been satisfied ever since my first review coaching session.
Awesome. So what was it about tech that attracted you? You said you've kind of had the itch for a while. What was it that, made you want to get into Linux?
To get into Linux specifically, so yeah, just tech like everybody else. I'm computer savvy, or like to believe I am. Before being a system Linux administrator, I've always been the person that your family comes to for general tech things. Yeah. In IT already, you have some idea.
Yeah.
But for Linux specifically, after hearing everything that Judy had to say about it, and then doing some more personal research, I honestly may have heard the word Linux or two like slightly before, but I wouldn't have been able to tell you anything about it. So after just hearing everything and doing the research, it definitely did sound like a place and area I wanted to be in, being the groundwork and foundational point for almost all systems that are running now where they started.
Nice. Did Yellowtail help prepare you for your certification?
Of course, no, 100%. There's 0% I would have been able to do that without Yellowtail's help in preparation. The course, definitely from start to finish, it's a great program that prepares you exactly what you need to gain your Red Hat certification, system administrator.
Yeah, it's focused on the job aspect. They call it, Linux for jobs. There's a reason for that. So
exactly. So yeah, I definitely like to do that point in case that is possible to happen. I believe I started in September-ish or late September, October of last year, and just under a year later, yes, I have a job.
Excellent. How about your career strategy? Was Yellowtail there to help you prepare for, actually going out and interviewing and all that?
Yes, of course. Again, so after the program, becoming certified, and even doing some work through the internship, the career coaching, definitely prepared a lot with the preparation of the resumes, the cover letter, and just all the mock interviews, getting ready to prepare you for tackling those questions, those nervous, jittering questions you get during interviews. It's definitely a good prep and practice to help to get those jitters out, and being prepared for, of course, not everything, but a good idea of what to expect during that hiring process.
Did you find that the interviews that you went on for real, well, let me rephrase this question. Did you find that the mock interviews really mimicked the actual interviews that you had? Were they pretty similar?
Yes, for the most part, of course. Now, they in the mock interviews, we had one or more people conducting the interview to ask you different aspects, whether it's just about the company, or then you have someone ask you more specific tech questions. So I did have all of that across the board, or I did have interviews with one person, or some interviews had 1 to 3 people in them. So I definitely prepare for that aspect.
Right on, man. And I'm guessing that your financial status has improved now that you've made it into the realm of system administration.
It will be shortly. That first check hasn't hit yet, so I do start work officially 2 weeks from today, actually. And so I am looking forward to that new tax bracket and seeing what that first check looks like.
Have you started looking at new cars yet?
Not yet. I have started looking at some new places, and maybe it's a couple other new toys or items, but no new cars.
There you go. All right, nice. So as far, there's a lot of people that are thinking about coming into tech and are ready to make the switch, or put in the time, make the commitment, I guess, into starting a new career. What advice do you have? What would you say it really takes for them to break into IT?
My advice is to trust yourself. Number one, you would have to make the commitment. You definitely have to take the leap and believe in yourself. Like people say, you can't start with anything until you believe you can do it first, and make that sacrifice and commitment. Of course, anything worth having is going to take some sacrifice and commitment, but of course you don't need to necessarily uproot or have no life. I'm not going to say I didn't still enjoy friends or family at times, but yes, there were weekends and times where I did sacrifice and not go out at a night or a weekend and take a little study to put in. It definitely does take some work to put in. It's not by any chance easy, but it definitely is worth the work that you put in, and it definitely is repaid tenfold of the work you put in. Yeah.
Anthony, congratulations once again. Thank you for taking some time with me today.
No problem. Glad to be here, and anytime.